Okay, well, I'm here with Russell Coutts in Valencia. Russell, you are a legend of America's Cup, three-time winner. What is it about the America's Cup that makes your juices flow?
Well, it's obviously a very difficult competition to win. You know, and this particular one's been very focused on technology, and you know, it's just been a difficult campaign to try and get all the parts of the puzzle in place. But we're finally here, and looking forward to race on February 8th.
It's the oldest sports event in the world. Is it still the greatest sports event in the world as far as you're concerned?
Well, I think it's one of the most, if not the most challenging sports event in the world. You know, it's not just about the boats on the water. You've got to get many aspects right to do well in this competition.
Yeah. Now, Russell, when you started out winning gold medals at the Olympics in a fin, and here you are now involved in something which looks something between a Formula One car and a 747 jumbo jet. Sailing's gone a long way, hasn't it?
It really has, yeah. And it's one of the good things about that we can say about this particular America's Cup. It's brought a lot of new technology into the sport. There's been a lot of development, and I'm sure that's one of the things that will flow on. So let's hope that that we get some good sailing and good racing.
Now, we're not going to get too bogged down with all the legals, but there's been an awful lot of infighting, as you are painfully aware, Russell. Do you hope that come February the 8th we can just get on with racing?
Absolutely, yes. I hope all the rules are sorted out before the race, so that we don't have any arguments during and after the race. And that's the normal situation with these types of regattas. You know, usually all the rules are known before the race, and both competitors go in and sail as hard as they can according to those rules.
In a nutshell, could you just quickly describe why BMW ORACLE is such a beast?
Well, obviously there's been a lot of technology and thinking gone into this boat, and I think the development of the wing is one of the critical factors. That's given us a fairly significant performance boost. And it's a very powerful boat. We've already done speeds of more than 41 knots. It typically sails at 2 or 3 times the speed of the wind. So it's certainly a very powerful racing machine.
But it may boil down, Russell, to light winds or strong winds, yeah?
I think it will. Yeah, unfortunately, I think if it's very light winds or stronger winds, this will not be a close race. I think one boat's going to dominate, and I think Alinghi is more prepared for lighter winds. They've motored their boat towards lighter winds, and as a result, our boats versus them is motored towards stronger winds.
Whatever happens, I think you're a bit of a traditionalist, aren't you, Russell? Even though we're now in 2010 and we have such high technology, I guess you'd like it to go back a little bit to sailing and to the strength of the team?
Yes, I would, yeah. I think this is all technology driven. The result of this match will be dictated by the fastest boat. Whoever has the fastest boat in the conditions that we race in will win, and I really don't think it's going to be much about the sailing talent on board at all. And I think that's unfortunate. Ideally, I believe it needs to be more balanced, and maybe even 50% technology, 50% sailing would be a better situation than being 99% technology and 1% sailing.
How many America's Cups have you been involved in now, Russell?
Oh, this is my, 5th America's Cup that I've had some involvement with, and it's certainly been the most challenging. I suppose, definitely looking forward to the America's Cup moving back to a more conventional format.
Still, played 4, won 3. You must be pretty proud of that record.
Very proud of the record. I've had some very good people sailing with me and campaigning with me over the years, and been involved with some great teams.
Strong winds, rough seas, and rain.
Okay, well, we're with Jimmy Spithill at the end of a long day sailing here in Valencia. Jimmy, you're helming this monster of a boat. Just what's it like?
Yeah, it's a lot of work, to be honest. I mean, especially with the hard wing sail. You know, the day starts quite early and ends quite late because it does. You really have to take care of the thing. And even now, you'll see the guys on there. So it's always manned 24 hours. But once we're actually off the dock and sailing, it's obviously a pretty exciting boat to sail and a pretty rewarding boat. So no, I mean it's a challenge and it's a lot of fun.
You've obviously got a lot of sailing under your wings over the years, Jimmy, but this must be the biggest and best boat you've ever helmed.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. I mean, it's the best sailing I've ever done. I mean, probably the only downside with a boat like this and with this big wing sail is that the actual time you spend sailing and sheeted on is actually quite small to the amount of energy you put into the logistics, the maintenance of the boat and getting it ready. So you really got to enjoy the moments when you're sailing.
Now, being at the helm of a boat like this in the America's Cup, this must be an absolute dream job for you.
Oh, for sure. I mean, and for everyone involved in the team. You know, obviously we didn't think it would go this way, where we are now. You know, if you told me I'd be sailing with a 68-metre wing on a trimaran, I'd think you were crazy. But you know, here we are now, and we're working pretty hard, and you know, we're obviously trying to prepare, and I think we'll be ready to go.
Are you enjoying yourself, or as we're getting nearer and nearer to D-Day, is the pressure ratcheting up a little bit?
Oh, for sure, everyone's feeling the pressure a bit more. You know, I mean, you always, I think it's just natural as you get closer to the competition. But also, everyone is looking forward to the race, and they genuinely want to get this race done. You know, this has gone on for a while now, and we're just ready to meet the other guys.
And I guess the other thing, Jimmy, is there's been so much going on out of the water, in the courts, the lawyers are making money. You just want to go sailing, don't you?
Oh, sure, you know, but I think if you ask both sailing teams, they'd say the same thing. So, from our point of view, we're ready to go, and you know, bring on the 8th of February.
Simple question: are you going to win?